'cause aren't we all? You know what I'm saying, my brothers and sisters? Word to my herd, word up and get down, the new sheep sound, now come on! Yeah, alright, you got it, we got it, 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 hey, what you got?
Alright, well, I'm Mundafar. I started an organization called We the Sheep People about 6 years ago. Now we're about 70 members in Canada, in 3 different provinces, Quebec, Ontario, and BC. Basically, we're a collaborative of artists that do art and educate people about sustainability and the importance of eating good food. All we're trying to do is feed people through our art, because in this over-consumeristic society, people have a tendency of just looking out for themselves and not looking out for their neighbors anymore. Right now we're crossing the country. We left Victoria, have done some speaking events across BC, and we're crossing across the country all the way to the Maritimes, trying to make people aware of what's going on within our country. So we started this tour to pretty much spread the word and teach people about our mission. We're doing workshops regarding how to preserve food, how to grow food.
That's what we're doing, you know, an edutainment movement for the food revolution. So we're here at our kitchen, right?
Yes.
And so we eat food.
I've seen you guys set up shop, right? Set up the kitchen, and I was quite impressed.
We're well hooked up here. Like, we've got like three surfaces to heat things up, boil water. This is a big thing, like, because if you can feed yourself and you can have your water and you can stay warm at night, you don't have to worry about other things. That's a really big idea, and for a lot of people that's very scary, and we're city dwellers.
First of all, we got our 15-watt solar panel that we've mounted up on the top here. We're running it down into our little tote. Yeah, we're just basically trying to have ourselves our own power source. We got 2 deep cell 12-volt batteries. We've had one charging here for a while. I was just going to check the voltage on it and make sure it's been charging all right. And we got our backup battery. So once we drain the one, the other one can be charging while we're doing it. Yeah, so we can run our powered speakers. We can do all our charging for our computers, cameras, you know, anything like that. The laptops. Yeah, brought chains. Brought all. We got everything we need. Got all our fluids. We got some extra solar panels on the side of the Jimmy here. We're gonna figure out another way to maybe run these into the other battery and be charging it as well. So we've got basically 2 solar systems running, charging the 2 batteries at the same time.
Yo, peace. That's our style. Yeah.
What's the plan?
Going into town. Gonna try and find an internet connection. Get some supplies that we need left for Shambhala, and find a way to find a place cool to camp tonight. That's what we got going here in the beautiful little town of Nelson.
Yeah. Status update. What's going on? Where are we?
Update. We are presently, according to this sign, at the Nelson Nordic Ski Club, which is south of Nelson, on the way to Shambhala on the 6 highway going towards Salmo. And basically here we are about 25 kilometers away from Salmo right now. Shambhala is very shortly after, a kilometer or two. And we're riding into Shambhala this morning, man. Anybody have anything to say to the camera other than beep, beep, beep?
Rock out!
Say what?
Sheep Creek. We had to stop.
We finally found it! Thanks, buddy.
I've been told time and time again that it's the most incredible festival on the West Coast, that I should attend. Having the ability to perform here, being here the first time is mind-blowing.
We're here, and I got to come into this festival, which is actually considerably expensive, you know. It's like it takes some money to get here. And I got to come in with a crew, and I was really used to always being on my own. So to be here with a crew and meeting people and having something to offer them, like, hey, we're playing here and we're sharing our point of view, and we're standing up for the people and for Earth itself.
Been a few festivals in my life, and this is by far one of the most well-organized, not one of, it is the most well-organized festival I've ever been to. It is just such a family community, and everybody's like so open and just wants to talk to you and know your name and will stop you and just have a full conversation. It's unbelievable. It's just one of a kind.
I feel like Shambhala, it's almost a magic event. Like, Shambhala is such a collection of amazing people that it would really happen regardless of whether or not there was any money to fund it. Because people just know that Shambhala needs to happen. They would just show up and everybody would bring a whole bunch of stuff and they'd set it up and do it. Like, they just, Shambhala is Shambhala, and Shambhala, it's a pulse. It's almost the spiritual heartbeat of the planet. And it just needs to hit once a year, or at least the idea of it, just to refresh it so that eventually the ripples can just work themselves out.
It's very synchronistic in the way I interact with the event and the party goers. It's just like this flow of perfect world. It's weird. I guess it's not the same for everybody, but I've had only good experience.
There's something here that's like a little more than a festival. It's when you get really strong positive forces of people together, they'll create something like incredible. Wonderful invited me to do my first official show with them. So I come here, I have no idea. I enter this place in this beautiful atmosphere, and I was inspired. I didn't have any paper, and I wrote on my leg. I wish I still had it. And I just wrote, and I just wrote, and I wrote, and I wrote. And it became fading, and I wasn't thinking of anything. And then I got to camp, and I stayed in this meditative mode for the whole day, pretty much. And I wrote 3 songs, like, pretty much in one day. I never did that in my whole life.
Here we are at Shambhala in the morning, waiting for the shitter, and Nick's in line playing guitar for, I don't know what reason. Where is he gonna put it when he takes a shit? But here we are.
first time I'm dancing. This is the first time I'm meeting all of you. And let's make it the first time we meet ourselves. In that stillness, let's reflect on the year that it's taken us to get here. The changes you've all gone through. I know I have. Have you gone through changes? Are you more yourself than just yesterday? Are you willing to become more awesome? Good.
It's important that people realize that the media isn't covering the fact that there are thousands of people protesting every day in Montreal. And when I came to BC, I realized that nobody really knew about it. So we started this tour to pretty much spread the word. And we're all really working together in community, which is what We the Sheep People is all about. And all the people around here seem to be very like-minded, on the same page, and are hoping to see change in the future. I got back to my hometown about 8 weeks ago. 10 weeks ago, so I can't even count anymore. It's been a blur with Shambhala. But about 8 to 10 weeks ago, I got home. And I saw these protests in the streets. And I'm like, oh my God, there's thousands of people up in the streets every night making noise, marching hand in hand, singing songs. There's a mass revolt happening in Quebec right now. Over 500,000 people in the streets on one day. We want to take care of the future, right? We want to get these chemicals out of our soil and out of our systems because they are killing us. Our cancer rates are going up, our diabetes rates are going up, and generally, if you look at all the major diseases of our time right now, they're all related to diet. We're getting great reception here. People are stopping. They're asking us for red squares. They're asking us what we're talking about, what it's all about, and they're informing themselves basically of what We the Sheep People is all about. And that's the best I can ask for as an artist and as an activist trying to make social change.
It's like being an artist for a cause, which is rad because I think then it becomes something where it's easier to collaborate. I strongly believe in collaboration. I think, united we are strong.
Most people before they perform, I would imagine, have already come here and experienced it for themselves. So for me, it's quite an experience. I'm seeing what it's like and performing here at the same time. It's sometimes overwhelming. The last one before you get on is the Sheep Hunters.
Okay. That's the last one before I get on?
Yeah. Then there's a pause.
Then I get on, then Nico gets on.
Then Nico gets on, and then we play that.
Okay, this is gonna be our last track, right?
Yeah. So basically, we go from Sheep Hunters is the last of our electronic set.
Okay.
Then after that, we've got Lucky going on. He's doing his thing, and I'll back you up by doing shout outs and shit like that.
Okay.
And
wanna just dance around kind of thing?
Yeah. And then you come on after he's done, and we break it down to another more quiet level.
Yeah.
Guitar, get you to do your 3 songs.
Yeah.
And then after that point, we go into this.
And then this is when we're doing our participation thing.
This is when we go hug people and it's over. Shambhala is an amazing place where people transform their lives. Well, what's important is we take that energy and transform our lives on a daily basis. And that's what we the sheep people are for.
Art is life. Art is rhythm. Art is color. Art is sharing. Every breath is a creation. Every movement of pure beauty. Welcome to the We the Sheep People collective painting experience. Our sheep people will be searching through the crowd, searching for an eager hand and an eager eye, to invite you to come place your mark in your own rhythm and in your own voice, in color and movement on our canvas, until every individual stroke melts into one collective image, one collective sound, until it is one body, one pulse, one world, one love.
Pretty fundamental. Whose interests are you thinking about, Mr. Harper? It's about you.
Its power is derivative. It has the power that is given to it. And at any moment, any of those powers can be taken away.
It was very convenient to believe that there is no occupation, that the occupation is over. After the aspects in your life, somebody else determines for you. This is occupation.
So to be here at Shambhala, it's kind of like the life that I've always wanted to manifest. You know, with a couple like changes here, but the idea of all these people being together. If we could all eat together, man, you know, like, do you know the kind of connection, the kind of like, if you ever had that feeling when you eat with a group of people, and then there's this feeling after where it's like you all shared something. It's like you all kind of shared in this little secret or something of and you have this like really like almost giddy feeling, a light feeling, and you look at those people in the eye after, and you're like, I know you. You know, I know you. I saw you take energy. We're took the same thing and we're using it right now.
This festival to me just really showed and proved to me that absolutely anything is possible when you put your mind to it. Absolutely anything, like even further than your imagination can take you. If you just follow your instincts, follow your heart, and just basically follow coincidence and just say yes to life, and things just piece together faster than we even really know what to do with it. And that's where the ride is. That's where you just let that flow and just go with it.
There's a lot of healing happening, for sure. I mean, people have experienced on the dance floor, music channel different message. For me, I get a lot of epiphanies on the dance floor and answers to either problems or things that I want to figure out or create. You know, creativity comes a lot. So there's a lot of co-creativity and a lot of positivity coming out from dancing and interacting with other people and being inspired from one another.
Awe-inspiring. Yeah, check that out. I wrote on it. I love that. That's awesome. That's
So we can't get by quick. It's only emergency vehicles that can bypass. And then it's like gonna be 3-4 hour wait, says the dude.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
What's the plan? Do we leave the land or do we jam?
In the old prophecies, and whether you believe them or not, they say that the world as we know it would come to a change at the end of 2012. The world as we know it is what we make of it. So let's all stand up together and make this place a great place, man. That's what it's all about. At Shambhala, there's the wish tree. I put in a wish. My wish is that we feed 1 million people by the end of the following year. That's my goal. I want to be able to feed those million in Canada. So let's see what happens.
You know what, man? We hit the road again. Alright. Now, oh, I'm my friend. Don't you worry about your clothes. Don't you worry about the things you know. Oh, where you got to go, just know where you go. You're gonna call it home. So bounce with me. Oh, come on, let's get down in a hurry, 'cause on the other side the grass gets green. Oh Lord, you'll never go to heaven if you die. Did you want